What is up?
Alrighty, we are live as people are starting to join in. I'm going to get those notifications sent out. Uh, Let me go over some things real quick, Cody, before we get going. Welcome into Crypto Morning Chat as people are starting to pile in here. We are live on all channels: YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Rumble, as well as TikTok. Thank you guys for joining in. We got a little bit to cover over today with the craziness of the cryptoverse. As you know, we're simply investing. My name is Sal. I got Cody here on the line. We've been in crypto for about the last 2 years, as well as I do a lot of crypto investing, stocks, real estate. I own a couple of businesses, and I do a lot of other investing on the side as an accredited investor. So a lot of things that we share, but usually we're live every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. We're a little late today, just trying to get some things covered real quick. But here we are. We're going to get this day started. Got a lot of great topics to talk about, and a lot of some things new with XRP. What's going on in the markets? How we're still trading sideways, and how we're still kind of going in the right direction. I think for dollar cost averaging in and trying to get the maximum gain for you guys. So with that said, we're going to get going into the day. Kind of go over briefly what's going on in crypto. We got Bitcoin. I know it set a new all time high for the year at around like 4 or 5 o'clock this morning, but right now we're just pretty much flat at 30,424. Ethereum is down about 0.5% at just under 1,900. We got XRP down a little over a percent. We have Litecoin down 1.5%. We have Solana up almost 4.5%. We have Polygon down 0.5%. Polkadot down about 1%. We got Chainlink down a little over 0.5%. Got Cosmos down 1.5%. And we have Stellar down about 2.5%. We have Hedera down about 1.5%. Crow is up about 1%, and we have Quant down 1.5%. Overall, the market is in a downward territory. We slipped below the 1.2 trillion valuation to 1.19 trillion, and greed went from 63 to 59 today for the fear and greed index. So looks like we're just starting ready to go down in a downward trend. So, but that is good news for us, dollar cost averaging in and getting some good gains over next year. Shout out to Big Dog. What's up, brother? Glad to have you in here today. Thank you for the support, and thanks for coming back in and joining us live. And as always, if you guys have questions, drop it in the comments, drop it in the chat. If you're on YouTube or Rumble or Twitch, I will definitely try to give you a shout out. And I know that sometimes you guys get a little crazy in the comments, so just bear with me. I will try not to miss any of your guys' comments and questions. So with that said, the first thing I want to talk about is XRP, and there is news in regarding a class action lawsuit by investors suing XRP or suing Ripple. So let's see here. Where was that? Well, it must have it already dropped down. Too many price predictions. But there's a class action lawsuit going to uh, there's a class action lawsuit going on with some of the holders of XRP, but it's only in the United States. We'll see how that goes. A judge approved it to go to trial, so we'll have to see what will be the outcome of that. But as far as everything else, we got a lot of price predictions. People are saying it's going to surge up to $10. I got some saying $100 for XRP, so we'll have to see. Shout out to Big Dog. I lost 1,500 in Litecoin last week on a betting website. I need to buy back in. Well, one thing, I never joined those betting websites. I know a lot of them are now taking crypto too, which is kind of crazy. But I guess that skirts them around being an actual gambling site, so they can be live everywhere. But Well, I hope you can get back in. Litecoin should be following Ethereum's downward trend, so we should hopefully see some prices back under $100. I know once it gets back to the $80 range or less, I'm going to start buying chunks of it as like I've always had. And if you're on our Patreon, been following on Patreon, Cody and I did some buy orders, so stay alert to those. We did some good buy orders, and definitely we're expanding our bags, mostly in quant. Cody definitely did buy a huge portion of quant the other day, so and he's growing his bag. But also shout out to Cody for being 17 days nicotine free, so he's riding that train hard.
Yes, sir. I quit vaping and nicotine 17 days ago, cold turkey, and I'm using that money to invest more. So I'm only 22, but I was doing it since I was 18 years old. So for about almost 5 years, and I dropped it cold turkey. And I did it before cold turkey for 5 months. But the thing I did there was I hit somebody's vape and I let Temptations let me go buy another one.
Exactly. And shout out to Big Dog. He says, "How's your morning going, brother?" That's shout out to you, Cody, and that's amazing for being 17 days nicotine free. Uh, so yes, and that is it's hard to kick addictions. It really is, but an
It's
addiction can be.
psychological.
Mhm. And it could be the hardest thing to overcome in the long term. But that just shows the commitment he has towards his future. Uh, but let's talk about this. I want to talk about this price prediction because people are now starting to say Ripple's going to IPO, and I've been seeing this now. This is kind of like a repeat article, the one yesterday that came out on Business Insider, but it's going to show like the hype that people are trying to build around XRP. Now, do I think we're going to see like a three to $5 instant ramp up after the the SEC clarification, settlements, relisting, and all that stuff? I just don't see it, but I do see the hype if it does go IPO. If Ripple does an IPO, that's just going to be phenomenal. I can tell you that right now. But I don't think they're going to do an IPO right away. Shout out to Big Dog IPO. That's amazing. Yes, it would be. But I don't think they're going to do an IPO for another 2 years. Shout out to Logan. Glad to have you back in here. Hope you're having a great day too, brother. Keep stacking those bags and keep going for that win every day. But thanks for joining and thanks for your support. Got some of you guys in here, longtime supporters of us, so I really appreciate that. If you guys could share, and follow the stream, it'd be really helpful. Try to get as many people in here as we can. Um, Everyone's so hype on the IPO, but let me just put it to you this way: an IPO is a very difficult thing to come across, and I don't know how Ripple after the SEC or they already went to battle with the SEC for 3 years. They've already spent a lot of money, so they're probably going to recoup those losses, the money they spent over the next couple of years before they hire someone to help them go IPO again. But at the same time, I see us getting to like a buck 50 after the dust settles. Like the once the settlement of the case comes, we get clarity on the SEC from the SEC on what Ripple is. We get a ruling from Judge Torres, the Coinbase, all the Binance, all the major exchanges relist XRP. We will probably see a buck 50, but it'll probably start getting hard to grab. That's probably what's going to happen is as so many people and so many retail investors start kind of funneling in and start buying it. So my recommendation is while it's low, while we're in the 40s, start dollar cost averaging in because like even like 100 or 200 every paycheck or whatever you feel comfortable doing to grow that portion of your portfolio is definitely needed. I know I am focusing on growing that part of my portfolio as I really focus on trying to get XRP and all these gaming tokens added into my bag. Cody, what are some of your thoughts on XRP?
We'll just have to see over time with what goes on with that case. But as of right now, I think it's going. good for, Ripple, but we'd have to see over time because it is the SEC that they're going after. But I honestly think they have a good chance.
I think they have a real solid chance of getting to where they want to be. 4782. But we still have to wait. It's still like a wait and see. But I don't see $3. I just don't. I just can't see $3 this year.
For next bull run, I see an all-time high of 550.
A 550. That's
Yep,
fair. That's double.
that's an all-time high. That's a
That's an
10x
all
from
time
where
high.
we're at. That's
Yep.
that's a 10x from where we're at now. So I mean, 550, but $10 if we have super euphoric and super liquidity in the market. But 550 is a
Yep. Shout out to Big Dog. I like XRP. Do you think the XRP dream sounds too good to be true and we're all going to lose on XRP? I don't think so. It has a great use case. They are doing actual business. Ripple itself is making money and it utilizes XRP. I just don't think we're going to see some of the degenerate price predictions of like $500 a token. But like I said, we've been dollar cost averaging in over the last year and a half. If it gets to 550, that's a nice 10x. I would cash out. I wouldn't hold it against anyone and taking profits at that point. And like I said, Cody and I are agnostic to every coin. When we feel like it's no longer a good venture, we'll let you guys know that we're dumping it, that we perceive there's no longer any value in it. But as far as I don't think we're being sold a dream, but I think it's just that it's one of those things. It's like we're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and we're still not getting anywhere. But it's just one of those things. Patience is a virtue. Shout out to Keith Monroe. Welcome in. Glad to have you in on the stream. Thank you for your support. Do you hold quant? Yes, we do. Cody just added to a huge bag. I think. What are you at? Um,
I'm at 63 quant.
63 quant. I know I'm at right now 407 roughly. I'm just kind of waiting to see because I take profits as I go and then re back in, but I'm holding steady at 407 in my quant. But I probably won't be buying any quant for a while as I try to build up my dot bag because I feel like dot has a more explosive potential than quant does at the moment, but I'm holding quant for the long term, like the next 10 years. So if the opportunity arises, like if it does hit our price targets in the next bull run, I know Cody's thinking between 2,500 and 3,500. I'm thinking 1,000 to 1,800, but we both know that it will be on the rise on the next bull run. Um, And shout out to Kenneth Moore. Considering the low supply, would you ever sell all of it? Um, we'd only ever sell all of it if if the value is longer perceived. But we're probably going to Cody and I are probably in this for the very long term. Now, if you do get life changing money off of quant, let's just say quant goes to $2,000 and you have 100 quant. My recommendation is for you guys to cash out because it will come back down. Cash out, reinvest those earnings into something else, and then come back in the quant and dollar cost averaging again. But in the long term, quant, I see quant, especially with people trying to tokenize real world assets, trying to find solutions for that, and do really an overhaul on the titling aspect of like properties and businesses and things like that. I definitely see quant being well into the 10,000s in the 5-digit range in the next 10 years. Cody, what are some of your thoughts?
Yeah, my conservative price range for quant is about $1,000, and I'd take most of my profit around there because with the amount of quant that I'd hold, I'd be in a six-figure position, and I'm 22. almost 23 years old. I turned 23 on September 26th. Um, anyway, I'd take my profits and I'd move out because I do still live with my parents right now. I'd move out and I'd get into my own place and I'd meet with a lot of people who actually know about real estate and I'd learn a lot about real estate and I'd network with a lot of people and I'd be able to quit the job I'm working at right now, and I'd be able to move on. And that's why I'm a firm believer in locking in profits because with how volatile the market is, and I know how cliche that sounds, but with how volatile it is, you could see quant go from $1,000 to like 820 or 730, within a day and you'll be sick because you'll be like, oh damn, will it go back up? And then your mind will constantly be racing on, will it go back up? Is it going to keep dropping? And that's why you need to take profits.
Exactly. And shout out to Intentional. I hope I got that right. It seems like what it is. Have dot question mark. Yes, we are holding dot for the long term.
I love dot. I'm
Uh,
actually wearing my polka dot t-shirt right now. I actually have a polka dot t-shirt and I watched Decoded and I don't have it on my profile pic today, but I got my Decoded NFT from watching it. So I'm deep in polka dot. I almost have 1,000 coins and I'm staking it.
exactly. And I've got 2200 dot. It's not my biggest position in my crypto portfolio, but I am going to make it one of my biggest positions over this next year. Now, for you guys just getting into crypto and just becoming aware of it, trust me, you got Dot has a long run up still. So, and we're still in the sideways market. So a lot of dollar cost averaging still going on, and still the ability to get Dot in at a good price.
And if you're a dot bag holder like me and Sal, you might as well be staking it because you'd be hurting yourself if you're not staking it because it inflates. That's the thing about Polkadot. It pretty much incentivizes most people to stake.
Exactly.
But
But
you want to unstake it in the bull market. Like when you when you feel like there's a bull market coming, you don't want to be staking in a bull market because you're already getting money from the price going up. You don't need staking money, and you've already earned that through the bear market. And the bear market, you need staking money because you're going down in price. So that's kind of how I see it. When you feel like there's a bull market coming up, uh, within late 2024, mid 2024, I'm going to plan on unstaking my dot, and I'm just going to leave it unstaked. About a year and a half from now, I'm going to unstake it all.
exactly, and it's about for me. I'm thinking about this time next year, maybe towards like September of next year. Should be unstaking the Dot. Now, I did find out some good news. If you get the EliPal wallet, you only need 120 Dot to stake on that. So that's all you need
Yep.
from there. So there are ways around staking directly to Polkadot, and you stake through their validator, which they are doing the work. So you're definitely guaranteed not to have any funny stuff happen to your money, but you do get a little lower percentage, 8.8%. So keep that in mind. They do skim a little bit off the top from you.
And I
Shout out.
know, oh, sorry.
No worries. Uh, 1 second, Cody. Shout out to Calixtu. Good morning to you too, buddy. One of our great moderators. Glad to have you in here. And shout out to Big Dog. In 1933, the government took all the gold from American people. Do you think they can do the same with XRP? They probably could, but before we get in on this, what were you about to say, Cody? I don't want you to lose that.
Oh, I was saying, I know people say that there's going to be new coins in the next bull run, and the ones you're holding most likely will be in the graveyard or abandoned or forgotten. But I don't see that with Polkadot just because of these big events, this big money involved, the developers, Gavin Wood being a developer, and just the people around Polkadot. Like, for example, I see that as a blue chip project. That's why I'm mentioning it right now. And people are going to be looking for alternatives. Like Polkadot's not an ETH killer, but when it comes to investment wise as well, like people are going to be looking for good interoperability projects that helps the crypto. And Polkadot's just here to stay. That's just my opinion. But we'll see.
Yep, we will see. So, in regards to a Big Dog's comment about XRP, and do you think they can take it away? I don't think they could. They'll do it the way they did with gold, but what they will do is just kind of very similar to most other things. They just they'll buy it back. They'll buy it out at an obscene amount. So like there was rumors, and look, the government does stupid stuff all the time, and they print the money. So it could be feasible that they could buy it for like 15,000 a coin just to get everybody to give them the coins and use it as a base for the Fed CBDC. However, there's quite a few conservatives like what was his name, Ted Cruz, and I think a couple other conservatives that are trying to make it illegal and unconstitutional for the United States government to make a CBDC. So we'll have to see where that goes. So it's still up in the air, but it's not it's still possible to have that happen, have that buyback happen. Oops, trying to get through here. I do see you guys coming up here. All right, sorry about that. And sorry, and shout out to Intentional, Dot or Polka Dot. They're both the same. Dot is just the ticker symbol for Polka Dot. Crypto, a shout out to Crypto Mike. Good morning to you too, buddy. Glad to have you in here. And shout out to Big Dog. I like how I guess awesome you and everyone's question. That was awesome. And shout out to Intentional. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, I get what you mean, Big Dog there. But thank you guys for your share. But what was I say? Still with Dot. If we go back to Dot, we are. It's still a good long term. It's still a good long term thing. But the real crazy thing is we might see beyond our price expectations just simply because of the the gaming sector explosion. I mean, the crypto gaming sector is going to explode. If you thought it rallied in the last bull run, I don't think you saw anything yet with what's going on in there. And you have more than just GTA 6 coming out and possibly dabbling in play to earn. You have someone trying to put on the new Apple VR set. There's someone out there that's trying to make like a Ready Player One type scenario with play to earn on that, and you have a couple other RPG games trying to dabble into it. And if that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised if Blizzard or slash Activision or whatever it is now, but the makers of World of Warcraft, I wouldn't be surprised if they too start that chain and start doing like a play to earn scenario or play to earn aspect to the game. And because it's going to breathe life into video games. Because believe it or not, even though so many people play games, the video game industry overall is kind of shrinking and dying.
It is. It's getting less creative, and most people are seeing that even with Call of Duty. It's like Call of Duty was once a staple. Now that's even going downhill.
Yep. I remember when the first Call of Duty came out. I was in college. I was in my senior year of college, and we were playing it was the World War II version. That was the first Call of Duty one. And it was just a first person shooter, but it was pretty good for the time. But now it's like it's kind of redundant. And that's what's happening with the gaming. It's like there's only so many times you can do sports. There's only so many ways you can do a racing game, a fighting game, a first person shooter game, an RPG.
Exactly.
So with play to earn, it's going to add a whole new layer of competitiveness and everything. Excuse me.
Especially with how the economy is, people are going to want side hustles, and I see
Yeah.
that emerging because the current state of gaming. I mean, the only thing, to be honest with you, the only thing I'm really excited for when it comes to gaming is Grand Theft Auto 6. That's it. Other than that, I'm focused on money and just what's going on in the finance world right now.
Let's see here.
Not to shit on gaming because I used to be a heavy gamer and I still love the idea of gaming. It's just all I'm saying is right now gaming is just kind of bland right now.
Yeah, but I saw some of the screenshots of the redone San Andreas game and the screenshots of GTA 6, And let me tell you, those graphics are phenomenal. Like, it's just absolutely phenomenal.
I mean, it should be because so much money has been spent on that game. And that's why I feel like that's why they milked GTA 5 because if they really hit it home with GTA 6, I mean, it'll be an excuse on why they really milked GTA 5. I'll be like, you know what, Rockstar, yeah, you milked GTA 5, but GTA 6 is a banger. So,
Hmm. And that brings me to this component here, the ad shares ADS, this company and this crypto. So as you guys can see here, if you're watching on YouTube, it hit all time high during last year, but we're still hovering at 79 cents, but we're still above almost double the ICO. But what I'm saying is this is going to be such a good thing because of what it's trying to do with decentralizing advertising for Web3 protocol and on the with gaming and everything. I mean, it's gonna make earning for content creators, indie game creators. It makes everything a little easier for people, and it allows for people who are actually making the video games. Some of the more like simple, some of the more off-brand games that they took years to make themselves. They can actually now really capitalize on making as much money and developing their own like metaverse space on it as well.
yeah.
So like I see this just running to the wind. Like if it did like five about a little almost $6 last year, then in 2 years we might see like 8, 9, maybe even 12. And you're sitting here at 79 cents. So it's definitely a looker. I definitely added a good position on this. I have quite a bit of tokens involved in this one. So it is one of my larger holdings. And I'm hoping to just ride this out with the gaming euphoria that's going to come to the crypto world.
Next bull run I see there's going to be a lot of new ideas, and there's going to be just give it till late 2024, early 25.
Mhm.
We're going to be seeing a lot of new freaking ideas. It's going to be insane. Like there's going to be new types of white papers all over the place because there's going to be so much money being made. Everybody's going to sound like a legit project, and that's what I'm saying. Human emotions repeats itself. Like yeah, like there's new projects that come and go, but the human emotion of wanting to make more Bitcoin, wanting to make more money, like it's still there. And alts is the purpose of that, besides adding more to the crypto technology and not making Bitcoin and Ethereum a monopoly.
Exactly. Shout out to Big Dog. It's crazy how Avalanche was at 100. Now it's at 13.
Yeah.
GTA 6 will be amazing. And what gaming crypto can handle all those transactions? Honestly, Polkadot Dot is probably going to be able to handle that. But they're working more with interoperability, so they're trying to help make it a more seamless transaction with everything. So you're probably going to look at Matic probably taking that space.
Yeah. Even though the SEC is, trying to shit on it, trying to lower its shine.
Yep, it'll get
And
resolved before the bull
people
run.
calling it centralized and all that. I don't know. Don't quote me on this, and you can flame me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure Vitalik Buterin called Polygon centralized.
Um, I'm not.
But
I'm
then again, a
not
lot of
sure,
people call
but
ETH centralized. But so you
yeah,
know,
yeah, that's true too. That's true too. And then ETH was declared decentralized enough not to be a security.
I
So
will say Vitalik definitely paid some people because it's like he literally paid the people a good chunk of Ethereum to pretty much say, hey, give us a free pass on the regulatory clarity. Because Ethereum did start out, you know, seamlessly a security. They did, and they paid people a lot of money to say, hey, you know what? Give us a free pass. There's a lot of money for you to be made too. We can make a lot of people money, so just give it a free pass. And they gave them pretty much. hush money.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and speaking of ETH, it looks like we're gonna going back down to test that low from the beginning of this week in the low 1800s. We may even see 1700 as we come back and retest that 2000. Try to get to that 2000 mark for Ethereum. Um, Shout out to Big Dog. You know what's funny? I have a dream last night. I was going to buy something with Ethereum in gas fee. Gas fee was $168. Oof, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's possible. That's possible. Ethereum's gas fees are ridiculous. And people are saying, "Well, it's not right now." See, here's the thing. This morning, I bought about $400 worth of quant, and that's 400 to 500 is an average of what I buy every time I buy.
Mhm.
Usually, it's about a $2, $1.50 fee on the low end. This
Mhm.
morning, for some reason, it was at $4.52, and I mean that's still pretty low. But it goes to show you how these gas fees and just give it till next bull run. You're going to start seeing if you want to buy $500 worth of quant, you're going to have to pay like $30 plus for that.
Yep. Yeah, just to move it to your wallet.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's like that. That would be the point when the bull run happens. The best thing you can do is probably just wait. No more dollar cost averaging. You're just waiting to cash out or
but everything in life, oh, I'm sorry, but everything in life has pros and cons. And the pros of these gas fees are, it prevents the network from being like exploded because it'd
yeah.
be expensive to.
Yep. It would be it would be pretty expensive, but that's how the stakers get paid is the transaction fees and the gas fees off of Ethereum. So I get it, but you just want to be smart with what you're doing. You want to do all your trading and moving in the bear market, excuse me, and then when the bull market happens, then it's feasible to pay those gas fees to make your bag, to cash out your bag. So like I would be more than happy to pay $168 to move like a couple $100,000 worth of money. So
Exactly.
just keep that in mind. You don't want to be doing it for your dollar cost averaging. You only want to spend like $1, $2,
I
$5.
give you this.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
guarantee you. I guarantee you, anybody would. Let's say if a gas fee was $1,000 to move like 100,000, or maybe 2,500 or 3,000, whatever. I guarantee you, people would want to pay that to move that to be able to get that much money because they're going to see that much money and they're going to be like, "Well, this fee is very crazy expensive, but in
Mhm.
order for me to get this absurd amount of money to my bank account." And move it to the exchange to where I could do so, I'm gonna want to pay this $2,000 gas fee. I mean, granted, it is ridiculous, but I'm just saying that's reality. People are gonna want to pay that when they're up so much money and when they're feeling wealthy. Because in the
Yep.
bull run, that's why you see these ecom people, selling usernames and all that. When the bull run, crypto bull run happens, people are going to want to spend their crypto. People feel wealthy, and especially with the stock market, so they buy a bunch of things and they're willing to pay extra for things. But when the economy's doing bad and we're in a bear market, people don't want to pay. People talk about fees being ridiculous. People fall for scams because one, their bank account's hurting, and two, they don't want to pay fees. So
Yeah. Exactly, exactly. And it's like right now, it's like I understand. It's like everyone's like, "Oh, I don't want to pay those gas fees." But that's only because we're dollar cost averaging in with slow amounts. Like I wouldn't want to pay a 10% gas fee on like a $2,000 trade. But when you're if I trade like 300, 400, or 500,000, then like a 5% gas fee or 10% isn't going to bother. Well, 10% probably still bother me at that point, but a 3% or 5% won't. Like $5,000 to $6,000 to move 500,000 makes sense to me. So just make sure you guys keep that in mind. But that's also the kind of the downside with having hard wallets is you got to really pay attention to gas fees and the cost of moving your money around.
exactly, because it's it. Oh, I'm
I'm sorry.
sorry.
Go ahead, Cody.
I was just gonna say exactly. It could be absurd.
Shout out to clicks to everything is moving sideways. Yeah, it's like I said, we're in a bear versus bull market, and we're going to be in there. We're going to be in there for a while. Shout out to Crypto Dream. Good morning to you too, buddy. Glad to have you in. And if any of you guys want to hop on live or join live on TikTok, just send a message saying you want to hop on live so that way I can invite you in, because I know there's a lot of like randomness that happens, and we want to keep the information flowing on the stream. So, but if you guys do want to join live, just comment in the just put a comment that you want to join, and I'll send you an invite. We could talk about whatever crypto topic you want to talk about. Keep in mind, in the morning, let's try to keep it around crypto. If you got any business related or stock related or like real estate related questions, I'm going to start doing a stream at 4 o'clock every day that I can answer those questions for you guys. But yeah, it's like I said, it's like right now, like I don't plan. Well, one, I don't plan on really selling my Ethereum, even though I got a pretty good bag of it right now. But at the same time, like I said, I'm trying to get it staked, get it into a good value, and just earn my staking fees off of it, because in the long term, even let's just say Ethereum goes to 10K on the next bull run, long term wise, there's more value in holding it for long term than trying to cash out those profits. I have bigger potential profits on XRP, Quant, ADS, Link, Litecoin, Dot, um, even with like Axis, Avalanche, Algorand, XLM. Better choices for that. Shout out to Live and Learn. Happy Thursday to you too. Glad to have you in here. Shout out to Calixto. Do you short or long your crypto? Thoughts on that strategy? Um, I'm not a big fan of shorting or longing cryptos. I do that with stocks occasionally, but I don't do it with crypto, just because it seems like over the last year and a half watching everything that we go back and forth. Like if you short it, it goes in the opposite direction. If you long it, it goes in the opposite direction. And there's just too much market manipulation. So unless if you can get the information that the manipulation is going to happen, I wouldn't recommend it. And even still, it could go sideways on you, because crypto is so volatile, and you not only have manipulation, but you have retail investor sentiment as well, both of which can make drastic changes against what you think it's going to go. And I've seen charts go in opposite directions of where it's supposed to go. Like Bitcoin, every time someone starts longing Bitcoin, all of a sudden they get liquidated out. And then when people start shorting it, they get liquidated out. So I just be very wary of doing that. But if you can do it well, and you get some lucky with a lot of good timing, you probably can make a lot of money at shorting and longing crypto.
I never mess with shorts or longs though. Like honestly, I just hold, and when the bull market's here, I sell.
Exactly. Shout out to Wally Newberg. Glad to have you back in the stream. Good morning to you too, buddy. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Go get that bag, buddy, and get to your financial success and dreams. I wish that for everybody. Shout out to Calix too. That's what I've heard also. You really need to know what you're doing. Thanks. And shout out to Live and Learn. That's why I don't play. LOL. Yep. I don't try to play those games. I'm not trying to get degenerate games. I just try to get steady profits where I can. Shout out to Wally Newberg. Where's the best place to learn trading? I guess, i.e., trading for dummies. To be honest with you, a guy named, shout out to Cubanks. I'm not paid by him to say it. I've just watched his content and watched his course, and his is pretty good. He's pretty spot on. He's been trading for 10 years in forex and then in crypto, and he really knows what he's doing. He can show you that it's not necessarily an instant gain, but he can give you pointers. But there's also quite a few people out there. There's a guy, a YouTuber, All In Crypto, who can do good trading analysis for you as
Oh,
well.
I know who that is.
Shout out to Crypto Dream. Crypto is harder to chart. It goes to extremes. I never short crypto either. Exactly. It's definitely hard to really predict, but like if you do like a 6 months projection, it's easier. But when you're starting to try to do like days, months, weeks, it gets very hard. It's kind of
I
like
want to.
analysis. I'm sorry.
I
Go
want
ahead.
to. I want to short hex.
Well, and like I said, we could put in a short on Hex, and like the next day Hex doubles. So like that's why I'm leery on doing shorts on that stuff. But when it comes to stocks, I have a better understanding, and the market's much more stable in the stock market. So it's easier to short those and make some money there. Shout out to Wally Newberg. What's his name? It's Q Banks. It's CUE. I think it's CUE underscore BANKS or just a space. Shout out to Calix to Degenerate Gains. I'm going to use that. I hope I got that name. It's that YouTuber's name is Q Banks, who does all the crypto trading and forex trading, and he's been doing it for 10 years and has really good videos about it. And I think you can join his Patreon for pretty cheap, and he goes over a lot of the basic details. But he does have a course too that a lot of even financial advisors and experts say is really good. So he has a pretty good backing. Oops, let me just get rid of this here. Well, with that said, guys, there really isn't much else to talk about. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we got.
Is there any updates on the SPF case?
Not yet. We still don't even have a date for trial with the FTX and SBF. The only thing I could say is that the update is that his charges have not been dropped. The judge said, "Fuck out of here with that."
I'm glad.
So he's going to trial for all of his charges. Now, the prosecution may take the ones that are less likely to stick and put it on, and go with the ones where they know he's going to get a hard time. Shout out to NG Dubs. ETH has 500,000 validators. Polygon has 100. Polkadot will have up to 1,000. Pulse Chain already passed 20,000 validators within 2 months, and the original 4,000 that it started with were removed. Okay, well, I'm going to pin that right there for you guys. Shout out to K Max. Welcome in. Glad to have you in here. Shout out to Live and Learn, FTX 2.0. Shout out to K Max again. What should I be investing in today? You should, whatever your staples are in your crypto, I would just be dollar cost averaging in across the board. There's really not a lot of there's not a lot of crazy opportunities right now. I don't see a lot of greatness in there, but I do see some good dollar cost averaging points coming through, like XRP. I'm hoping XRP goes to 35 cents, to be honest. Like I'm really hoping for 35. I'm hoping for a 25% drop so I can really get that bag in there and really grow. And shout out to Crypto Dream. Thanks for all that support there. I don't even know if did I make you? Well, we gotta reward you for that. There you are. Okay. Nope, I don't think I. Oh, here we go. I might have already made you a moderator. Nope. Oh, there you go. All right, there you go. Add you to moderator status. There you go. Thanks for all the support there, buddy. Let's try and get through all your comments here. I guess we're all caught up. Shout out to Crypto Dream. You're welcome, buddy. That's an appreciation for all your support there. So really appreciate that. So like, yeah, I think what I really want to see is I want to see Ethereum down to like 1,000. I
would love that.
20,000. I want to see Chainlink back to 450. I want to see DOT at like $4, and I want to see XRP at 35 cents, and I want to see Hedera at 2 cents.
You know, I will say for the past 18, 19 months, if you've been in the crypto market for this long, especially if you just joined around those times, you're so used to red that every time you see more red, it feels like green. when you see green, it actually feels like red because you're having anxiety. Therefore, it feels like red because of the anxiety. So when you're so numb and used to red, it's almost like it feels better when things drop. At least I feel that way because when I see things drop, I'm like, yes, and I feel calm, and I'm like, I could have my DCAs in. But when things go up, I start to feel like more down, and I start to feel like more anxious. I don't know. I like when things. I'm ready for more downness, and we're not ready for a bull market.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have one more dive, but that's just my opinion. Shout out to Wally Newberg. Are those numbers feasible? They are feasible if we have like another catastrophic event in crypto, and I'm thinking like a collapse of a stable coin, another exchange collapses, something bad happens to Binance. Well, something bad happens to Binance, we'll see like a 40-50% drop
I
from
need that $40 quant. That would be awesome. $40, $50 quant. That would be amazing.
yes. That would be phenomenal. Like to see like $45 quant again. I mean, dollar cost averaging city, here we come on that.
Cause I'm already at 50 coins. I could literally add 50 more for like $2,500.
Hmm. Shout out to Wally Newberg. Is there some bad info floating about Tether? Um, Not really. They're just kind of it's just kind of sketchy. It's just like the way they do things. But because they're one of the biggest stable coins now, they got a big bullseye on them. So either they're going to get targeted by changes in regulations set by Congress. There's going to be the SEC is going to come after them, or the FTC is going to come after them, or hell, gets if it gets ruled that it's considered currency, the Secret Service could go after them and shut them down. And if that happens, there's really no negotiation with the Secret Service. It's like shut up and get it and shut down. Like that's basically how they operate. So that's the scariest thing about it. And with them with stable coins, that's why I don't keep my money in stable coins, because that risk of them, because they're stable and they can consider like printing money, that you run that counterfeit, you run into those counterfeit laws, and that could be devastating to the stablecoin market if that happens. And no one's really talks about it, no one's really thinks about it. But that's also because not a lot of people know that that's what the Secret Service does. They don't just protect government officials, they also protect the monetary system, and they will come after you hard with, and unlike all the other agencies, they don't miss. They do not miss. That's the crazy thing.
What are you talking about? The CFTC?
No, the Secret Service and how they regulate the monetary system by shutting down counterfeit money or printing money schemes. Shout out to 345 Olat or Elite. I'm guessing that is. I hope I got that name right for you. But thanks for the follow. Glad to have you in here. Really appreciate you joining in today. Um, it's just one of those things. Like not a lot of people know that that's what the Secret Service does as well. They monitor money transactions and counterfeit schemes and things like that, and they shut down hard. And a lot of those guys are also, they tend to be like ex Rangers, ex Navy SEALs, so they're pretty strong guys in there, and they don't play around. So that's why I'm very leery about the stablecoin market, because that's the only place that really needs regulation and clarity. But once it does get it, man, they're gonna it's that's gonna help crypto so much if they can just regulate the stablecoin market. We're gonna have an epic bull run just from that coming to. But unfortunately, it's probably not coming for a while, or they could all get shut down as the Fed creates its CBDC. So, shout out to Khalid. To have a good day, everyone. Great listening in, everyone, to everyone's wisdom. Shout out to you too, buddy. Glad to have you in. Hope you have a great day. Chase that bag, get that money, and enjoy life and enjoy your family. and hopefully that we all get to our goals of financial freedom there. Um, but I do want to touch base before we end this. I do want to touch about the Bitcoin maxis. It looks like we're going to see a 29K Bitcoin. The Bitcoin maxis are calling for like a bull run just because of the ETFs going on. Cody, what are some of your thoughts
Like
on these Bitcoin maxis and everything?
like I was saying like a few minutes ago, I don't see a bull run coming anytime soon just because it still shows that we're kind of on that 4 year cycle that we're used to. You know, human emotions, they repeat itself. I just don't see another bull run coming up. Like it's not time. We still haven't had market sentiment settle in yet, and we got the macro. People forget about the macro a lot. And why would we have a bull market in crypto right now?
Exactly. Um, and I just don't see it happening. I think people are getting too bullish with the ETFs. They're not really going to they're gonna do something for the crypto market. But what the big thing about the ETFs is that other companies are going to start trying to do it, and they're going to start buying Bitcoin because of it. Let me just go through some comments here. Uh, Shout out to Wally Newberg. Have you heard about OBI coin? It uses XRP to tokenize real estate. Yes, we did. We covered it a little bit um yesterday, but we can definitely I'm planning on doing like a standalone video on it to go over with it. I do like the fact that they're doing it, but from looking at it compared to Quant, I like Quant a little better than it. Shout out to Wally Newberg again. Realistically, when could these ETFs be approved? Also, nice that happens. How long before shit skyrockets? Um, they're going to get approved this year. BlackRock's going to get approved this year, followed by Fidelity and Vanguard, probably within 6 months after BlackRock gets approved. But they're not going to wait on this. They're going to figure out how to get it. Once that happens, and then those companies start buying assets for the Bitcoin for the ETF, as well as retail investors start pushing money into it, and the hedge funds start investing into the ETF, then we'll start to see a bull run that could get us to previous all-time highs. But what we need is overall euphoria to happen, which along with the ETFs, we need regulation clarity, and we need probably Gary Gensler to step down, and that will ignite a bull run like we've never seen before. So, I mean, I hope that answers it for you, Wally. I can't see ETFs alone setting off a bull run, but like if you have the ETFs going through, Gary Gensler resigning, and regulation clarity, and XRP getting relisted, that's probably just enough to get us to well past previous all-time highs in the last bull run. We might actually see an 80, 90K Bitcoin at that point, which I would then encourage everybody to sell if that happens. Sell their Bitcoin because it's going to come right back down, just like it did in the last bull run. I need to know Cody was out.
I got disconnected, but what I was trying to say was for Quant specifically, we're in this $100 range for so long. I feel like we're just building support for it. We're just building
Yeah.
major support at $100. Like
Mm-hmm.
so many people have been buying at this area, and especially at $95. It's insane. And I feel like the longer the accumulation, the bigger the breakout.
Yep. Shout out to NG Dubs. Time to liquidate the longs in Bitcoin. That's probably what's going to happen. It looks like it's on a downward trend right now. So it looks like anyone who's longing Bitcoin is about ready to have some recapitalization happen. Shout out to NG Dubs as well. After they get approved, there won't be instant. There will be like 6 to 12 month wait till things start really happening with ETFs. Yeah, you got to give it time but once BlackRock gets approved, Fidelity and Vanguard won't be too far behind, and then those guys will start buying, and that's what's going to set it off. And as that news spreads and retail investors get in, that's what's going to start the euphoric run and hopefully ignite the bull run to new heights. But we will see with the ETFs, we will see an over $40,000 Bitcoin just off of that.
You know, it's crazy that I'm talking about Quant a lot. And by the way, I'm not paid or I'm not on the show, but I have ETH and Bitcoin. But for Quant, it's like we hit $208 in October, and I'm almost at 100 coins. That means if you have 100 coins at $200, that's $20,000, and you just keep holding and accumulating until $1,000. And Quant with the Bank of England and Project Rosalind, like I just love it. And there's a chance, like any other project, that may not work out. You know, who knows? That's the risk with any project. But I'm going heavy on Ethereum as well. Like I'm probably gonna up my bag to probably 10 plus ETH.
Yeah, it's like I would definitely up that. And like I said, Quant with tokenizing real world assets, and really any blockchain company that's trying to do that, I could tell you right now, just from buying the last two properties I had, that took like 4 months just for title work and everything to go through and getting the liens and the liens cleared out from the previous landholder. I mean, my God, like what Quant can do can make that happen within a couple days. Like that makes my purchasing power instantaneous now. Now I can go in, I have the lending power be just as powerful as cash, but as a cash buyer. That's going to set a tremendous in the market. That might ignite another bull run in real estate if the people who are borrowing the same buying ability and power as a cash buyer. Let me see here. I'm getting some things here. All right, you guys are definitely commenting here. Thank you guys. Hope you guys keep liking and sharing a lot. Appreciate what you guys your support and what you guys do for us here. Shout out to Wally Newberg. Love the live. Appreciate you answering all the questions and your guys' insight. Hey, we appreciate you being in here as well. Shout out to Wally Newberg. Damn, you guys are rocking the bags. I'll get there next cycle, one thing at a time. Yep. Just one step at a time. You can't race to the top in wealth. You gotta one step up. So you got to build to the 100K level, then you got to build to the 500, then to a million, and then there. So if you are in only the thousands range, and the bull run takes you to 100,000 in net worth in crypto, you cash out, you wait for the drop to happen, and then you start dollar cost averaging in. Wow. What I recommend is, just like I told Cody yesterday, when you make a lot of money off this next bull run, take some money out and start investing into real estate and rental property so you can build up consistent cash flow so you can reinvest more money into crypto and stocks. And for the next big economic boom and bull run, you'll be able to really cash in. Shout out to NG Dubs. Back at 5% where SVB went down. I'm not sure who SVB is. You can give me some clarity there, NG Dubs. Are you talking about the 2-year yield on Hex back to 5%, or are you talking about the Fed yield? Because to be honest with you, when I bought my first property, it was like the interest rates were 9.5%. That was 20 years ago. So it's the interest rates were at an all-time low, but now people are getting shaked out because there's people who shouldn't have been buying the stuff that they've been buying with the low interest rates. Shout out to Live and Learn. Yes, one step at a time. So much to do and learn while doing it. Exactly. And shout out to Wally Newberg again. Check into OBI Coin. Would love your thoughts if you have time. Yeah, I'm going to try and get a couple done that we'll post to Patreon. And if you guys want to check out the Patreon, the link is in the TikTok bio or in the description on YouTube. but it'll be out on YouTube like about a week and a half after it posts on Patreon, because that's what I give for you guys. You get all those videos that I do first dibs, as well as some great content that I'll be doing exclusively for Patreon for you guys. But with that said, there really isn't too much more to talk about. I do have to get on a call soon for my construction company. And I got to start following up on some calls that came in while we were on our live here. So really appreciate your guys' thoughts and joining in. Really appreciate all the support from you guys. Cody, you got any final thoughts before we head out of here? Maybe you didn't hear me.
Sorry, I'm trying to take a shower, but like you were saying, pretty much there's going to be a lot of changes within crypto. You just have to adapt to it. You can't really be married to a coin. You have to be willing to accept changes in the market. And not only that, you just have to keep doing your own research and just avoid scams at all costs. Like, just avoid scams. Don't do any shady things with sending your crypto. Don't send your crypto to the wrong address. Make sure you double check what address you're sending to, and don't make any errors like that, because this is crypto. There's nobody to call,
The link does not work on the TikTok profile. Let me see here. I'll try to see if I can fix that for you. Wally Newberg. Yeah, it's like one thing about the scams I could tell you right now, they're the ones that are from the last bull run are dying out. The next ones coming up, they're going to hit hard, and they're going to let me see if I can fix that, because I have it in here. Okay, let me see here. Okay, let me try putting this in here. All right. I did fix it. I'm hoping that works there for you guys. It should take you right there. Just gonna put in a blank page, make sure that link works. Yeah, right there. But if you're looking on Patreon, it says Simply Investing with Bobby, and you can join in. I gotta edit that name too there for you guys, but yeah, that's what we have. My thoughts is just watch out for the scammers. They're going to be coming hard, real hard this season. And like I said, like the last wave of them, they went down. So you got to remember, this next wave is going to be the last wave. So they're going to avoid all the mistakes the previous guys made, and they're going to try to start making some money off of us. However, what I would say is that if the SEC does get clarity, or the FTC gets regulation coverage of the cryptoverse, then we'll be able to stop it. But what people understand is a fraud is a fraud is a fraud. So that's not covered by the SEC or FTC. They can just sue. The FBI is what gets involved, and which makes it criminal. So they can still prosecute you. But the only thing is, they're not going to prosecute for 50,000. They'll prosecute for like 50 million. Unfortunately, people have to get hurt first before they get involved, but that's just the nature of how that agency works. But they do their best for us. They do their best that they can do. And once they zero in, they zero in. I also want to say shout out to Trucker Steve. Glad to have you in here. Thanks for the follow and joining the live. Really appreciate your support. Yes, shout out to Live and Learn. Scammers, best be mindful. Shout out to Wally Newberg. Scammers are awful too. I did fix it. I don't know if it updated on the live, but it is patreon.com/simply investing with Bobby all together, and you should take you right there. But you can sign up for there and join. Like I said, $3. It's $3 a month for it. I use all that stuff to get cameras and stuff, because I'm going to set up a nice studio. As you know, I'm a business owner, so I like things to kind of pay for themselves. So that way, if you guys want to have support, but I'm also bringing you good content, and we got to get some time, and we got to hire a staff to really do those videos. So, I guess I do apologize if it's not working. The link, let me. I'm gonna have to see how to make an actual link for you guys. But if you guys just copy it and then put it into like Google or search bar, it should pop right up for you. But with that said, you know, I got to get going. It's been a pretty busy, pretty good morning. I got a pretty busy start to my day already. Thank you guys for definitely commenting in. Oh, okay, Dubs, you're talking about Silicon Valley Bank, the 2-year bond. Yeah, they got kind of crushed on that with that bond, but that's what happens. Sometimes people get liquidated out. Um, with that said, thank you guys. I'm gonna also put the link for the Patreon in the chat there for you guys too. Really appreciate your guys' effort. Really appreciate you guys joining in and your questions. Like, you guys are phenomenal. Like, I've seen um other groups, and it's like you guys definitely interact the most. Like,
Oh yeah.
not shilling one coin. Like, you guys are asking hard questions that even help me learn. And say, oh, I didn't think of it like that. So, I love seeing things from a new perspective, but I really do this for everybody to come in, get in, and the more you guys ask questions, the more other people can come in and have different perspectives, and that's how true investing happens. Like, when I worked at Bank of America in the private banking sector, the best thing was we sat down with like 200 other traders once a month, and we just shared ideas. That's what it is. All right. Thanks, Wally Newberg. I see that you got there. I did see the message there. Thanks for joining in. Really appreciate the support. Definitely, you got to scroll through the posts there. You'll get the link for the Discord, and you can join in there. Cody and I are active in there. We're all trying to be active. Keep it civil, though. Try not to make it too personal in there. We just want to make sure that, we're talking just about investments only, and, the positives and negatives about each investment. Really appreciate you guys. I'm going to have to head out here. I got my investors calling me in for other businesses. I got lines starting to go off. So with that said, respect the process. Don't invest more. Don't invest more than you can invest. Um, don't invest. Don't invest the entire life savings. Like, God forbid, don't do that. Don't do that at all. That's terrible. And never invest in anything you don't understand. Don't invest in something because I said it and that I'm investing in it. Do your research. If you understand it and truly understand the investment, then make sure it's the right call for you. With that said, also make sure you guys get a financial advisor. Like I said, I'm just a Series 7 broker. That's all I ever did. I just traded. Make sure you get a financial advisor. Even I myself have a financial advisor. So with that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys. I'll be back on at 4 o'clock today. Hopefully after all my meetings and everything are done. Really appreciate you guys' support. You guys have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, trying to get to 10,000 followers, and subscribe to YouTube. I know that link is in the TikTok bio and should be working. So thank you guys. Like us on YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube, and everything else. So guys, have a great day, and we
Have a great day.
look forward to seeing you tomorrow again at 8:30 a.m. Thank you guys.